It's when Jesus Christ comes back and the final judgment's done, and then we are there with him forever. And by the way, the promise unto David is fulfilled in that, because that is the seed of David, Jesus Christ. So God wasn't lying. If you want to apply it all to Solomon, it's true. Solomon gets to build a physical temple. The people aren't out roaming all over the place. They're very, very prosperous during the days of Solomon. So you could apply all these things, but for it to be completely completed the way that God states, when God says something's complete, it actually is finished. It's actually completed, right? I mean, for us, complete is whatever in the moment we get done to a point that we're satisfied with, right? And so the reason why you go even further with that and me wanting to point that out is because historically, if you did not know, what ends up happening is many, many generations later, there is a group of people that come up over a hill because of the unbelief of Israel, and they come into that city, and they tear down every single stone from that temple, and they grind it to dust. Right? Right. So it wasn't about the physical house temple that God was promising that would be fulfilled and completed and never be shut in and it would be there forever. Right. But it is the house of God in the kingdom of heaven. Right? So anyways, really some great little points that are down through that. I just thought it was beautiful. I think it's beautiful how God really approaches that there with David, how he goes over that there were all these different ones. And then for David himself, he's like, listen, man, I just took you. You were following the sheep, and I took you out from following them, out from being a sheep herder, and made you the shepherd. And literally, they were his people. And then the last part there was when he comes in, he says, listen, now I'm going to bless your son. And he says, and I think this is really, really neat, guys, too, because it's the promise unto all of us, the sons of God. He says, for if he commits iniquity, I will chasten him with the rods of men and the blows of the sons of men, but my mercy, but my unmerited, unconditional love, me not giving him what he's deserved, will not depart from him. Even though I have taken it, and here he mentions Saul. He's like, but your son, even if he commits iniquity, my mercy will still abide. He'll be chastened. There's consequence, but it isn't going to be my rejection of him. So David comes in with this big prayer back to God. Nathan comes and tells him. He goes into this big prayer with God. And guys, it's just beautiful. If you want to read it, chapter 7, verses 18 through 29. Guys, I mean, oh my gosh, there's such depths and such beautiful things in here. King David, he says, who am I, O Lord? And what is my house that you've brought me this far? And again, guys, we think about anything that's gone on in our lives and what we've been through, and where, and the last thing we deserve is to be living in the love of God, to be hearing his word and to be able to experience that. That's the last thing